Hello everyone, I'm here to present the analysis of a graphic design, and the graphic design is on classification of quadrilaterals. The classification of quadrilaterals. So I'm going to start by saying the first thing I see in this graphic design. The first thing I see in this graphic design is this classifying quadrilateral, which is a focal point, and I see this place first because of the way it was designed. As you can see, it was enclosed in a bigger circle, which differentiates it from every part of this graphic. And also the color that also was used, the background color also make it captivating and conspicuous. And then the next thing that we are going to look at is to see how the graphic was designed to control the ice flow. Actually, the ice move from this focal point here to different parts of the design. From here, it moves to this left hand side here, square, and then move to the rhombus, and the ice is being controlled to move to the rectangle, and the ice is also being controlled to look at the trapezoid. And also the ice also is being controlled by the design to look down to the properties of each of the quadrilaterals. As you can see here, this rectangle that enclose the properties of square, and then from there move to this place to the properties of the rhombus, and from there it moves to the properties of the rectangle, and from there to the property of the trapezoid. This is how the eyes is being controlled by this design. And then we are going to look at how different parts of this graphic design convey different information. We are going to see it now. That is the next thing we are going to see. First, the tagline, the focal points conveying directly the knowledge of different kinds of quadrilaterals. It conveys the summary. It summarizes everything that the instruction is all about. The instruction is all about classifying quadrilateral, and this focal point summarizes everything. And then the next thing is the colorful shapes of each of these kinds of the quadrilateral, also conveying the message of the instruction, especially with the text, the shape with the text, the shape with the text, the shape with their text, conveying the message directly that this is the square, this is the rhombus, this is the rectangle, this is the trapezoid. So with this, the learners or the viewer will be able to differentiate each quadrilateral from one another. Then another message or instruction that the graphic also conveying is the properties of each of the quadrilaterals. As you can see here, the properties of square. See the property of square here. So the graphic design also conveys the properties of square, and not only that, it conveys the property of rhombus, and the property of rectangle, and the property of trapezoid. And also, when you look at the top part, you will see that we have the logo of the instructional provider, and then we have their copyright, we have their website also. Those are the information, like if the learners or the viewer want to make inquiry or want to learn more about something or this kind of instruction, they can go on to the website. So the graphic also convey this information, which is very, very important. Then another thing that we also need to look at is to see the message that this graphic convey, the instruction. So as I've said before, the instruction is all about classification of quadrilateral. So the graphic give knowledge and understanding of kinds of quadrilateral. And then the last thing that we also need to look at is to look at whether the the design evoke any emotion. Actually, the way the design was designed, the way the elements were used, the principles of the design were used, conveying the evoke emotion, and conveying the emotion of excitement and appealing to the learners or to the viewer. Thank you.